So just beginning in our seat. Let's take a moment this morning and just close the eyes and really start to focus in not only on the body, but kind of your emotional center. And so for some people, it's easier to focus in on the chest. Maybe even bringing a hand towards the heart and to feel into any lightness or heaviness in the chest. Even noticing how it feels to place a hand onto your chest. Right? Is there a reaction or an appreciation? Maybe checking in with the belly. So you could move your hand down to your belly, or you could add a second hand onto the belly. Or simply focus your attention there. Taking some deep breaths. Noticing what you notice here. It can be quite easy to skip over the emotional self, to concentrate on the physical self. It's giving a little space for both in your practice and in your focus and your attention. And starting to sit up a little taller, adjusting your posture, feeling your shoulders stack right over your hips, lengthening through the neck. And starting to deepen the breath even more, drawing into more of an ujjayi breath or an ocean sound breath. Drawing your inhale through the back of your nose and throat, creating a sound like a snore, and then exhaling through the nose or the mouth with a width and a breath like you're fogging a piece of glass in front of your face. And aiming for a 4 count or a 6 count breath, lengthening out the exhale and matching it to the pace of the inhale. Taking about 4 or 5 breaths here. And drawing your hands to heart center. Breathing in, lifting the chest up. Exhaling, bowing the head to the heart. And giving some patience for ourselves. Remembering softness, kindness, and that most things worth having in our life, worth entering, aren't easy. And so allowing ourselves that space and patience and kindness as we let the flow of life ebb in and out. Grace. And drawing in any other focus for your practice today that might come into your mind. And gently lowering your hands when you're ready. Fluttering your eyes open. Welcome. Good morning. And then in your easy seat, feeling your hips settled. You can have a support underneath you or not. Hands to the edge of your knees and grip onto your kneecaps. And like cat-cow breath, as you inhale, you'll press your chest forward, your belly forward, start to look up and hug your shoulder blades back. As you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, pull your rib cage down to your hips, fold. Breathe in, chest forward and up. Exhale, round, chin to chest, belly in. 3 more, inhale up, gaze up. Exhale, rounding your back, tucking your chin, rib cage down. Again, breathing in and out. And sit yourself back up tall. Release the hands, breathe in, sweep the arms wide and up. Hands to heart center, breathing out. Inhale, chin at neutral, lift up through the crown of your head. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. I'm feeling the space between the left ear and the left shoulder. And then sweeping your left arm back behind you. Keep the fingertips floating from the floor. So you're reaching down and back, letting the shoulder head roll open and back. You can relax the right arm down. A few breaths here as you feel the space between left ear, left shoulder. Relaxing your head to the side, keeping your posture tall through your torso and through most of your spine while relaxing your neck. And can you soften into the waist a bit? Let your tailbone anchor down. And then bring both hands back to heart center. Roll your chin to the center of your chest. So chin down, gaze down. Breathe in, lift your chin up, look up. Exhale, chin down, chest down. Breathe in, circle the arms wide, reach up, look up. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Left ear to left shoulder. Pausing here and noticing any difference between sides. I'm feeling that space between right ear, right shoulder, the compression on the left side, and sweeping your right arm back. So fingertips are still from the floor. You're reaching back, reaching down. Left hand can soften down to your left thigh. Maybe closing your eyes, and you'll notice here the rotation or the direction that your chin points. It's going to change that stretch through the side of your neck. So whether your chin is more towards the floor or pointed more forward, if you feel more sensation in one or the other, you can stay there. Take a couple breaths. And bringing your hands back to heart center, chin to your chest. Inhale, lift the chin to neutral and pause, exhale. So looking straight forward. And then start to look towards your right, looking all the way to the right side, maybe even back behind you, back to center. Keep breathing. And to the other side. So looking to your left and all the way back or as much as you can. And back to center. And taking your hands behind you. So you can extend your legs long, so legs will reach forward on your mat. Hands behind you, fingertips point forward. Your knees can be a little bit bent here or legs straight. Bend your elbows, let the heels of your hands support your weight, and then lift up through your chest, arching your back, opening the front of the shoulder heads. It may feel best for your neck to stay basically in line with your spine, so you're just slightly gazing up. And for some of you, it might feel really nice to start to drop your head back, so you always have that option. Keep breathing, broadening the space across your collarbones. So you're really feeling this expansion across the front of your chest, between your shoulders. And you're rooting down again through the heels of your palms, of your hands, as you lift your heart up, squeezing your shoulder blades back and down. 2 more breaths. Good. Keep this frame through your shoulders, what you've created in your arms, and this openness into your chest. Tiny bend through your knees, tiny bend through your knees, heels down, flex the feet, and you'll begin to lift your hips up, maybe straightening out your legs, coming into reverse tabletop. You can look straight up at the sky now, carrying your neck, squeeze your buttocks, lifting up. Little baby bend through your elbows, keep pressing your chest high, opening your chest. Last breath here in and out. Good, breathe in, lift a little higher and slow lower as you exhale, looking at your big toes as you lower. And then walk your hands in, find a seated position, legs forward. Breathe in, reach your arms up. Forward fold to exhale, reaching down for your feet. So you're going to grab onto the sides or the edges of your feet. You can bend your knees a lot to grab onto the feet, or you can grab right onto your ankles. But having the feet creates this really nice grip to start to open your back, especially your upper back, so between your shoulder blades. And we're starting to feel this sensation of hinge, or of this hinge at your hips, keeping the back flat. So to find more of that sensation, see if you can press your pubic bone down, lift your rib cage more up your thighs, anchor your tailbone back. So just noticing if it starts to hook under, can you point it more at the mat or maybe even more towards the back of your mat? And then draw your low belly in and really press it towards your pubic bone. Can you use that to help anchor your hips and create more space between your rib cage and your hips? And maybe you can lengthen out your legs, right? So starting to stretch into your legs more. Bending your elbows to pull yourself down, your upper body towards your lower body. And chin can align in, tucking slightly. This is completing sort of this natural curvature of your spine from your tail through the crown of your head. Keep drawing your low belly in, kicking through your heels, pulling your toes towards your face, drawing the crown of your head towards your big toes. Take 1 more breath here. And then begin to sit yourself back up. Find your easy seat, bend your knees. And we're coming into Navasana or boat pose. So legs squeezed together, lean back. You can always grab onto the back of your knees here for more support as you warm up your core. And then bring your shins parallel to the ceiling in the sky. So feet are flexed. You can grab onto your thighs here as you start to warm up. or you can always reach your arms forward if you feel ready for that this morning. I'm taking a few breaths here, trying to find some stability, lighting up the center. So squeeze your legs together. Feel the groin is even active here. Pulling everything towards your belly button. So pulling your groin towards your belly button, pulling your belly button in, drawing your lowest abdominal muscles towards your belly button. A little fold of your lower floating ribs towards your belly as well. And at the same time, lifting through your chest, pulling the shoulder blades back. And you can stay right here, focusing on building some heat, stabilizing at center, or bring your hands to heart center and take a gentle twist towards the right, rotating your chest to the right, keeping your hips just as they were. So no movement through your hips, just rotating from your belly button up to twist towards the right, maybe gazing over that right shoulder. And then coming back towards center and towards the left. So now looking towards the left, keep lifting through your chest, pull that belly button back in, look over your left shoulder. Come back through center, look forward at your toes, grab onto your knees, and go ahead and set your toes down. Let's take a cross-legged seat. Left shin in front of the right. Left shin in front of the right, easy seat, arms reach up. Exhale, hands down. Holding forward, elbows hang to your mat, tuck your chin. And now walk your hands over towards the right side, letting that left hip settle. If you want more sensation here, you can always stack your shins one on top of the other instead of your easy seat. And again, fold, walk the hands off to the right. Pull your belly button towards your right thigh. Relax your shoulders. Good, come back through center, sit yourself up, breathe in, reach up. Switch out the crossing of your legs. So right shin in front of the left. Breathe in again. Fold forward here, hands down. Bend the elbows to soften the shoulders, tuck the chin. Pull the throat up towards the back of the neck. Walk your hands over towards the left. Let that right hip soften. If you still want more sensation, adding the right shin directly on top of the left. And again, folding forward, hands walk towards the left. Anchoring that right hip down. Feeling the stretch along the right side, right hip, right lower back. Pull your belly button towards the left. Last breath here. And coming back through center, sit yourself back up. And we'll come forward, tabletop, hands and knees. Hands right underneath your shoulders, knees below your hips. Extend the left leg back, ball of the foot to the floor. Press back through your left heel, lengthening the back of your left leg. Really try to frame through your arms here. So you're feeling not only this press down into the earth, but this gentle hug of your arms back towards your torso. So you feel the back of your arms light up, and you also feel the lats or the side body on the sides of your torso, the sides of your chest as well, engage. Now shift weight forward back into your hands, spiking your back heel, and lengthen the right arm forward, reach forward. Lift your left leg up now, and notice that your back will try to arch. Instead, more round your spine. So pull your belly button in and up and lift your mid back towards the sky. Take a breath in, exhale to elbow to knee, rounding, tucking your chin. Breathe in, lengthen back out. Exhale, elbow to knee, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to round. Inhale, lengthen. Once more, exhale. Inhale. Exhale and pause. Elbow to knee, round in. Shift weight to your hand. Lift your knee higher. Good, sit your hand and knee back to the mat. Keep your left hand stable, left knee right underneath your left hip, and then extend your right leg back, so towards side plank, your right heel in line with your left knee, left wrist. Right hand comes onto your right hip as you open your body towards the right side of the room. Now you can keep the left heel in line with the left knee, left wrist, right heel, or you can swivel that left heel back to create a kickstand of support. So over time, maybe making a little less kickstand and starting to draw the left heel in line with everything else, all the other points of connection on the mat. Hug your left shoulder blade towards the right, helping open through your chest, supporting that left shoulder. Right arm can reach up. And maybe right leg lifts up, kicking back through your right heel, pulling your right toes to your face. Squeezing into your buttocks, stacking your hips, lifting your left ribs up towards your right ribs. Make a big circle with that right arm, reaching it down towards the floor and then back up towards the sky, challenging your balance. Switch that circle direction, reach over your head, down to the mat, back up to the sky. Take the right hand down, coming back to all fours or tabletop. Breathe in, cat-cow, tail lifts, heart forward, look forward. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Good, twice more at your own pace, feeling this articulation of your spine and linking with your breath. And coming back towards a neutral tabletop, extending your right leg back, ball of the foot to the floor, and kick back through your right heel. So stretching through the calf, the back of your ankle, your weight is shifting back, so your hips are shifting back as well. But you're keeping this frame through your arms, pressing into the finger pads, and feeling this gentle hug of your triceps or your armpits in towards your chest, towards your body. Then start to shift your weight forward, spiking your back heel up, and reach your left arm forward. Float the right leg, kick through the heel, flex the foot. Notice this tendency of the back to dump or to arch. So pull your belly in, round through your back a bit, lifting your low back and your mid back towards the sky, keeping that support. Take a breath in. You're pointing your right toes now. Exhale, elbow to knee, round the spine, tuck your chin. Breathe in, lengthen out. Exhale, pull in, round. Inhale, open up, lengthen. Exhale, pull in, belly in. Once more, breathe in. Breathe out, hold here. Elbow to knee, push the floor away. And set your hand and knee back down to the mat tabletop. Keeping your right wrist in line with your right knee, right heel. Lengthen your left leg back, setting your left heel onto that line. And taking your left hand onto your left hip. And remember, you have the freedom here to adjust this right heel, maybe behind you, to give yourself more of that kickstand. So when we pause here, we can seal the outer edge of the left foot down and start to open and lengthen the top of your left hip. Hug the right shoulder back, rolling that shoulder head away from your right ear. Left arm can lengthen up. Left leg can lift up now, flexing your left foot. Squeeze your buttocks, feeling your hips stack, your shoulders stack. Side plank. Keep your right ribs lifting up towards your left ribs, so you're supported through your core. Left arm begins to reach down towards the floor, overhead and back up towards the sky. Then switch that direction, coming over your head, down towards the floor, and back up to the sky. One more breath here. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, back to tabletop, all fours. Let the back of your wrists or the back of your hands come into the mat. So your fingertips point towards your knees, your palms to the sky, the back of your hands down towards the mat. Your wrists are likely not touching the mat. Just getting this gentle stretch through the back of your wrists. Flip your palms back to the mat, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, hips go up and back. Really engage with your breath here. Taking a few forceful, deep breaths. Audible inhales, audible exhales. Heels sinking down, chest pressing to your thighs. Remembering that over time, down dog takes up more space. So you're going to lengthen your feet back towards the back of your mat and get even longer in your down dog as your tail rises to the sky. And start to look towards the right. And look towards the left. And look forward towards between your hands. And tiptoe the feet forward to the top of your mat. Coming into forward fold. Bend the knees, belly to your thighs, head hangs. Reach back and cup the back of your heels or the back of your ankles and try to wrap your forearms to your calves, elbows behind your knees. Pull upper body to lower body, tilt your weight forward, lift your hips up. Your knees can be quite bent here. Release your hands from your legs. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to your shins, heart pulls forward, shoulder blades draw back. Exhale, fold in, round in, forehead towards your shins. Breathe in, root to rise, bend the knees, arms wide, stand up. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale, arms up again. Cactus your arms, breathe out. So elbows wide, fingertips wide, hips press forward, lift up through your chest. Pause here. Keep squeezing your elbows towards one another and press the palms back a little further. Hips forward again, lift up through your heart, look up. On your next in-breath, straighten out, reach up and look forward. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, belly to your thighs, head hangs. Breathe in, halfway lift, lengthen forward, tilt your weight to your toes. Exhale, fold in, round in, forehead towards your shins. Step your feet back to down dog. Plant your hands, feet back, deep breath in, full breath out. Breathing and shift forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bend your elbows, knees, belly, chest, lower. Baby cobra, root your feet, lift your heart, breathe in. Exhale, lower down. Breathe in, slow lift. Belly button pressing to the earth, shoulder blades hugging back, slow lower. Feel your rib cage pulling towards your pubic bone, abs still engaged. Last one, try that again. Inhale, slow lift, pressing down through your feet and your belly. Exhale, lower with your core. Feel your belly pulling your rib cage back to the earth. Slow plank press up, hands under the shoulders. Tuck your toes, firm your legs, pull your belly in, look straight down, press into your hands, start to come up. So you can be on your knees here, take a pause and a breath, or you can be in plank with your knees lifted. Good, now everyone lift your knees. Can you come into side plank, tilting your heels towards the right, taking your left hand onto your left hip or to the sky. One foot can stay stacked in front of the other or left foot on top of the right. Hug the shoulder blades together, lift your hips up. And to the other side, slow circle that left arm down with control. Take your left palm to the floor, shift your hips
To the left, heels to the left, right hand onto your right hip, opening to the right side. Firm your belly, firm your glutes, hug your shoulder blades together, reach that right arm up, maybe the feet stack, maybe even that right leg lifts. Slow circle right arm back to the mat, palms underneath the shoulders, plank pose. Pull your belly in, lift up and back, down dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Can you lift your tailbone a little higher? Draw your lower ribs in to your core and relax through your neck. Looking forward between your hands, bending your knees, stepping forward, top of your mat. Breathe in, halfway lift, finding length. Exhale, folding, rounding forehead towards your shins, bowing in. Bend your knees, arms wide, stand all the way up. Hands to heart center, breathe out. Inhale, arms up again. Cactus your arms, bend your elbows, fingertips wide, hips forward, lift your chest. Start to straighten out, reach up. Exhale to fold, come all the way down. Left foot to the back of your mat, low lunge, right side. Sinking your hips towards the earth, feel that separation. So the sensation of splits, hips lowering, right shin driving forward, left inner thigh engaged and pressing back. Anchor down into your right heel, keep the right knee above your right ankle. Keep the right knee stable. Can you lengthen the right outer hip crease back without moving your knee? Just a little internal alignment. Good, shift your hips back as you start to straighten out your front leg. Hands can walk in, right toes can pull back towards your face, flexing the right foot, lots of sensation there, big stretch for the back of your right calf or for your right calf and the back of your right ankle. You can always keep that right foot down. You can always keep the right foot down and bring your hands onto your front shin or even step your back foot in a little bit, right? So you can make some little modifications here if you feel overextended. Now doing your best to find sensation through that front leg, send your right hip up and back, drop that left hip down and forward, pull your heart forward, your shoulder blades back, try to flatten your back, draw your low belly in, take 2 breaths. Replant your right foot down. Walk your hands forward, lift your left leg up. Keep your left fingertips down, your left leg lifted, reach your right arm forward. Take an inhale breath, exhale, elbow to knee. Round your spine, tuck your chin, right elbow to left knee. Inhale, kick the left leg back, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, pull in. Inhale again, lengthen out. Good, exhale, round. Great job, everybody. Last time, lengthen out. Pause here. Take that right hand down underneath your right shoulder or towards the right top corner of your mat. Open the left hip on top of your right half moon. Left hand can come onto your left hip. So now left hip is circling towards on top of the right. We want to feel the sensation of plank that we've been working on. So the right ribs need to pull up towards the left ribs so we can engage through the core. Root down through the ball of your right foot. Maybe you can float the right hand. Maybe the left arm can reach up. Find a place that you can hold, that you can maintain 3 breaths. Start to step your feet together, top of the mat. Breathe in, circle the arms up. Chair pose, sit in. So feet together, big toes touching, knees press forward. Anchor your tailbone down, really reach it to your heels. Lift your chest up, look up.
Inhale, straighten out your legs, stand up tall, forward fold, bend your knees, belly to your thighs, head hangs. Inhale, step your feet back, downward facing dog. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, shift forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way to your belly with control. Inhale, lift your chest, anchor your feet, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Let's try that again. Breathe in, press your belly button down, hug your shoulder blades back. Slow lower. Tuck your toes, press up to your plank. Pause here, breathe out. Knees up, plank pose. Side plank, drop your heels to the right, lift your left arm up. One breath here. Inhale, hips up, hug the shoulders back. Exhale, circle that left arm down. Sway your heels off to the left, hips towards the left. Opening up to the right, right arm up. Big breath in, big breath out. One more, inhale. Circle that right arm back down to the mat. Find your plank pose, breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Look forward between your hands. Bend your knees, step forward or hop forward, top of your mat. Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, fold in, round in. Root to rise, bend your knees, arms wide, stand up. Hands to heart center, big breath out. Inhale, arms up to your back bend. Maybe cactusing your arms. Or you can take another variation. Slowly lifting through center, standing up tall. Forward folding, coming all the way down. Step your right foot back. Low lunge now on the left side. So feet are about hip width distance. If you look back at your right heel, just making sure that that right heel is about in line with your right hip, or just gently to the outside of your groin. So you're not way off with that right foot to the right side of the mat. Then sink into your hips, let them settle down. And if that shifts your left knee way forward, then inch the left toes, the left foot forward to keep the left knee over the left heel approximately. Firm your right glute and let your hips sink a little bit more. And then starting to straighten out your front leg, your hips will shift back in space. You can walk your hands back in under your shoulders. You can decide you need to bring that right foot up a few inches. You can take your hands onto the left shin, lifting out of your low back a bit more, a little bit gentler on your low back here. So just taking your variation of this pose with the left hip going back and the right hip dropping down and forward. And if you want a lot more sensation, pull the left toes up from the mat, flex that left foot, anchor your left heel down. Wherever you are, pull the heart towards that left big toe, rock your shoulder blades back, try to flatten your back and pull your low belly tightly in. 2 deep breaths. And start to lower the left foot back down, connect the foot to the mat, bend in the knee, shift your weight forward, and lift your right leg up. Flex the right foot, helping to firm through the whole right leg. Reach your left arm forward. Good. Maybe you point the right toes if that feels stronger now. Breathe in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale, kick back, reach forward. Exhale, round in. Twice more. Inhale. Gazing straight down. Exhale. Last one.
Extend the right leg back, left hand to the left top corner of the mat. Start to rock your right hip towards on top of the left, stacking your hips. Right hand can come onto the right hip, half moon pose. So really pressing back through your right heel now as you start to stack your shoulders and stack your hips. Bringing our core work back in, pull those left ribs up towards the right ribs. Maybe floating your left hand. Slowly step your feet to hip width distance. Breathe in, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, settle, big breath out. Reach your arms forward in front of you. So arms are parallel to the ceiling, to the floor. Fingertips reaching straight forward from your shoulders, palms down. Bend your knees, sit into your chair. Sending your weight back, your hips back as you reach your arms forward. Pull your belly button off your thighs. Take your hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your left. So elbow and knee don't have to connect here. And if you'd like to connect your right elbow down towards your left knee, just make sure that that right knee doesn't slide forward. So keep pulling that right hip back so your hips are squared to the top of your mat. Make sure you're not dumping forward, right? So your goal is to keep your heart above your hips as you twist and to not arch your back. So keep pulling your belly in, straight spine. Come back through center, look forward, exhale, settle in. Big breath in. Twist to the right. Keeping your shoulders relaxed, your arms framed, your hips squared forward as you rotate through your core, feeling into your legs. Unwind, look forward, breathe in, reach your arms up, straighten out your legs. Hands to heart center, take a pause. Let your arms hang down to your sides. Rotate your palms forward, fingertips wide, mountain pose. Just taking in the sounds of the room, the sound of my voice. Hearing your breath, feeling your body. Noting what's around you, letting your eyes wander. Slowing down your breath. And slow circle the arms up, breath in. Forward fold, breath out, bend the knees, belly to the thighs, head hangs. Inhale, halfway lift, tilt your weight forward, heart forward. Exhale, round, fold a little deeper. Plant your hands, step your feet back. Down dog, breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down and pause. Hands wide, fingertips down, elbows to the sky, shoulders stretch. Legs together, anchor your feet. Press them down. As you breathe in, press into your fingertips, lift your chest. Exhale, twist to the left. So right shoulder drops, right shoulder head rolls down and forward. Left shoulder blade hugs back towards the right. So think of stacking them. Press the crown of your head out like you're a turtle, reaching your head out of your shoulders, but then look over that left elbow. Inhale through center, look forward. Exhale, twist towards your right, pause. Left shoulder rolls down and forward, that left shoulder head reaching to the floor.
Chest is still lifting. Hug the right shoulder blade back to the mid-back and look over your right elbow. Good, now once with the breath, inhale through center, lift up. Exhale, twist to the left, right shoulder dips. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale through center, pause here. Exhale, slow lower, all the way down to the mat. Head down. Hands adjust back underneath the shoulders, palms to the earth. Slow press up. So tabletop or plank to down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3 deep breaths in downward facing dog. Looking forward between your hands. Bend your knees. Step forward or float forward, top of the mat. Inhale to your half lift, find length. Exhale, fold and round, step your left foot back. Low lunge to the right side. Let your hips settle again. Find this long stance and lower your left knee down. And so taking a moment here to get into the right hip. You're just feeling the heaviness or the weight from the outer right hip crease. You can even use your right thumb and just like gently massage and guide this right side down. And then plant your left hand right underneath your left shoulder. Right hand can come onto your right thigh as you twist to the right. Or you can reach the right arm up to the sky. No tension in your neck here. If there is, keep stacking your shoulders, but just lower that right hand back onto your right leg. Firm your left glute so your hips stay dropping forward and you're anchored into the left side as well as the right by pressing into the right heel. Then unwind through center, this time right hand on the inside of your right foot. So just heel toe that right foot out a couple inches until your hands can be underneath your shoulders. Squeeze the left glute again, helping to press your hips forward and down. Hug your right knee in towards your arm. So it's possible that your right knee wants to go out to the right side. If it does, flex the right foot and allow that foot to peel up from the mat. So let me turn so you can see what I mean. Right, so it may want to float out and you can flex this foot to protect your knee as the right knee goes off a little wider. But if you can, keep that right knee tracking forward and your foot down. So both are good, just a little bit different opening. And then bend your left knee. Left toes point to the sky. So left toes point up. Coming back to your twist, left hand down. Sweep the right arm up. And maybe you can reach back for that left foot. And this right side, this right hip is super tight on me today, so I can't actually reach this left foot. I probably could work for it, but for my neck, I won't. But you can still get the benefit by reaching back, rotating the chest to the right, pulling that left heel in, or maybe you can grab the foot. Squeeze into your left glute, let that hip drop, and unwind back through center, right hand down. Start to shift your hips back, straightening out your front leg. And then re-bend the knee. Tuck your left toes, lift that left knee up, step forward, step wide. Bend the knees, sit the hips, half yogi squat, flatten your back. Root through your heels, stand all the way up, arms circle wide. Hands to heart center. Bring your feet to hip width distance. Breathe in again, circle your arms up. Cactus your arms, elbows wide, hips forward, lift the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, belly to the thighs, head hangs. Step your right foot back, low lunge left side. And separating your thighs and slowly lowering this right knee down. Squeeze into your right glute, take a pause. And just noticing where the weight shifts, right? So do you start to feel weight more towards the inside of your left foot, the outside, in your heel, and the ball of your foot? I think that's probably reflective of your daily walk and your daily gait and the patterns in your hips. So just being mindful, and can we distribute more evenly across the foot? Noticing if the left hip sways out, hugging towards center as we find these long extended poses. And then right hand underneath the right shoulder, left hand can come onto the left thigh, twisting towards the left. Or the left arm can reach up, as long as that feels okay for your neck. Softening into your breath. Squeeze the right buttock. And circle the left arm back down on the inside of the left foot this time. Heel toeing the left foot a little wider, hands underneath the shoulders. Squeeze into your right buttock. Check the tracking of your hips. You can look down at your pubic bone, right? And it should be between your thumbs or between your arms rather than swayed to one side or the other. Shoulders back, heart forward, long spine. And maybe that left knee wants to open to the left and you flex the foot, let it open for a moment. Maybe you need to hold there for a bit, or you can keep hugging this left knee in, preferably towards your torso as you squeeze the right buttock. Right hand underneath the right shoulder, starting to pull the right heel up, toes point to the sky. Left arm can circle back, reaching towards your left foot. Maybe you can grab, so this side's available. Or big stretch to the front of your right quad. Or remember, you can keep reaching back towards that foot, pulling your right heel towards the sky. And slowly, you're going to unwind through center. Take your left hand back down. Align your hips. Tuck your right toes, lift the knee. Step forward wide, squat right foot to the outside of your right hand, bend your knees, half lifted. And then lower that squat down, so allow your hips to come down, full yogi squat. Rooting into your heels, pulling your belly in. And you can take one hand behind you and the other, gently sit yourself down. Legs together. Slow roll back all the way onto your back. Heel toe your feet wide, windshield wiper your knees side to side. And heel toe your feet to touch, right leg up and over your left, eliminating the space between your thighs, arms wide. Hips shift over 2 inches to the right. Knees lift up and towards your chest, so your shin, left shin is parallel to the floor or to the sky, and then knees to the left spinal twist. So if that's too much, you can always uncross your legs, right? And just have one leg stacked over the other. You don't have to keep that cross. Right arm can extend to the right and eye gaze can float in the same direction as your right hand. Try to create space in your torso, both with your breath and with your internal engagement. So allowing your lowest belly to help push your hips down just gently. Your breath to really expand your rib cage wide and to try to soften into your mid back. When you're ready, unwinding. Right leg unwinds from the left, coming back to center. Lifting your hips up to reset your spine straight down. Heel toe the feet to touch. Left leg up and over the right. Trying to eliminate the space between your thighs. Arms to a T again, offset your hips towards the left. 2 inches. Draw your right knee in, or both knees in rather, right shin parallel to the floor, to the sky. Knees float towards the right, rolling to your right. You can always uncross your legs if that's too much. Left arm extending towards the left, or it can always hang out on your side body. As you rotate, expand the breath, soften down. Play with those internal adjustments to create more comfort in the pose, in your low back and in your core. When you're ready, unwinding, rolling onto your back. You can take any final pose here that feels good. So maybe bridge, maybe a windshield wiper your legs again. Maybe knees to chest, wind relieving, or happy baby. When you're ready, extending one leg and the other. Shoulders back and down. Maybe one hand onto your heart, one to your belly, or hands to your sides. As you relax back, feeling the rise and fall of your breath. Letting go of posture and pose. Noticing how you feel now. Letting your whole body sink down into your mat. Making any micro adjustments to be more comfortable. Letting your jaw slacken, your tongue drop back, your eyebrows and eyelids soften. Noting your breath, moving the body. You can stay where you are or start to move and crunch your fingers open and closed. Roll your wrists. Circle your forearms in the air, rolling your elbows. Bend one knee, bend the other. Reach your elbows and your arms over your head. Shift your hips to one side, roll onto your side body. Use that bottom arm as a pillow. Draw your knees in, curl your tailbone under. Pressing your way towards a seated pose, gently. Taking your time. In your seated pose, drawing your hands to heart center. Breathing in, lifting your heart up. Exhale, bowing your head in service of your heart. May the actions of your hands flow forward from your heartfelt desires. And may your head always stay in service of your heart. As we give ourselves patience and kindness and slow down in these moments, we cultivate grace. Appreciating that in this practice we share together. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. Thank you.